Hello dear students, let us solve some numericals on meter bridge and potentiometer. So here this is a question in which there is a meter bridge and the balance point is found to be 39.5 centimeter from A, and the Y value resistance wire is 12.5 ohm. This is a resistance wire whose resistance we are aware of, that is 12.5 ohm. Determine the resistance of X. What is the value of X? What is the resistance value of X? We have to find out using the meter bridge. Also it is asking what happens if the galvanometer and cell are interchanged at the balance point of the bridge. Would the galvanometer show deflection? So let us first solve the first part of the question and let us then go to the second part of the question and let us discuss whether the galvanometer will show any deflection or not. So let us first solve what is the value of X. So students, we had studied that a meter bridge is nothing but an arrangement which obeys or is based on the principle of Wheatstone bridge. That means if it is balanced, that is no current is flowing through the galvanometer, then the ratio of resistances will be equal. That is, the resistance of X is to Y should be equals to the resistance of AD is to DB. So we know the value of length of the portion AD and DB, and we know that resistance is directly proportional to length. So we can write down that instead of let P be the resistance of wire AD and Q be the resistance of wire DB, I can write down X by Y is equals to P by Q. But P and Q are resistance of wire portion AD and DB, and we know these resistances are directly proportional to the length of the wire. So instead of P by Q, I can write down the length of those wires, that is 39.5, and obviously this will be 100 minus 39.5. So I can write 100 minus 39.5. So I know the value of Y, so I'll substitute the value of Y. What is the value of Y? 12.5 is equals to 39.5 divided by 100 minus 39.5, that is 60.5. So solving this, we can find the value of X, and X is equals to 39.5 by 60.5 into 12.5, which is equals to 8.16 ohm. So the value of resistance of X is 8.16 ohm. So students, the next part of the question is what happens if the galvanometer and cell are interchanged at balance point. Just see this portion. This portion is telling that the meter bridge is already balanced. So when the meter bridge is already balanced, even if we change the cell and galvanometer position, the balance of the bridge will not change. That means the ratio will always remain same for the resistances. That is, the galvanometer will show no deflection even when the cell and galvanometer is interchanged, because they are already balanced. The resistances of the meter bridge is already balanced. So the galvanometer will show no deflection even when the cell and galvanometer are interchanged. So let us go to the next question, students. So the next question is find X and I if resistance per unit length of wire is 0.01 ohms per cm and the bridge is balanced at 120 cm from end A. So here we have the arrangement where we want to find out X. So students, we can take the ratio X by Y equals to 120 by 80 cm by using the principle of meter bridge or Wheatstone bridge. So X by Y equals to 120 by 80, and solving that we can get X as 3 cm. So this type of question we have already done in the previous question. So I have already written its answer, 3 ohm. So students, our task is to find what is the value of I. So to find what is the value of I, we need to find out the equivalent resistance due to these 4 resistances. So I know the value of X, which is 3 ohm. I know the value of Y, which is 2 ohm. I need to know the value of P, and I need to know the value of Q. I know resistance per unit length is 0.01 ohm per cm. So P can be found out, resistance per unit length, that is 0.01 into the length of the wire AD, that is 120 cm. So the resistance of portion AD will be, what will be the resistance of portion AD, students? The resistance of portion AD will be 1.20 ohm. Similarly, Q will be 0.01 into 80 cm, which is equals to 0.80 ohm. So we know the value of P and we know the value of Q. So P and Q resistances are known. So now we can find out the equivalent resistance due to the four resistances. So the equivalent resistance due to the four resistance will be, these two are in series and these two are in series. So 2 plus 3 is 5 and this is 1.2 plus 0.8. So the series value of resistance will be 5 ohm and P plus Q will be 1.20, 0 and plus 0.8, which will be 2 ohm. So we know what is the resistance of these two resistances. We know the value of resistance of these two resistances. They are in parallel. So R equivalent will be 5 into 2 by 5 plus 2, that is 10 by 7 ohm. So we know the R equivalent value. We also know how much is the EMF of the cell, that is 4 volts. So the current flowing will be EMF divided by R equivalent, which is equals to 4 divided by 10 by 7, which is equals to 2.8 ampere. Let's go to the next question, students. So students, here you have another question which is a board question. We have to find the value of X. We know how to find the value of X, where the null point is 40 cm from A. So we already know the procedure to find the value of X. So we can easily find out by taking the ratios. It is asking in the next question, what should be the resistance that should be added in parallel with X so that null point is 50 cm. So in the next bit it is asking what should be another resistance. Let me take it to be Y. What should be this Y so that the null point shifts to 50 cm. So let's do the first bit. The first bit is very easy. So we'll take the ratios of resistance. 2 by X is equals to 40 by 100 minus 40 is 60. So 60. So if we solve this, we'll get the value of X to be 3 ohm. Now Y we have to find out in the next bit, and we know X and Y are in parallel. So the net resistance due to X and Y will be X into Y by X plus Y. So we know the value of X, that is 3Y by 3 plus Y. So again we will take the ratios of resistances, this and this, and we will take the null point now to be 50 cm. So this ratio of the wire will be 50:50. So we'll take 2 by 3Y by 3 plus Y is equals to 50 by 50. So solving this, we can get Y is equals to 6 ohm. So if we add a resistance wire of resistance 6 ohm with X, then the null point will shift to 50 cm. This is how to solve. Even for series also we can solve, when we can add the wire Y in series with X and find out what is the value of Y. Students, let us do the next question, which is on potentiometer. A 100 cm long potentiometer carries steady current. A 1.018 volt standard cell is balanced at length of 850 cm. So the total length of the potentiometer is 10 meters. I'm sorry to write it centimeter. It is 10 meter. So 10 meter long potentiometer is taken and a EMF is taken of voltage or EMF 1.018 volts, and it is showing null point and the balance length is 850 cm. So we have to find the potential gradient of the wire and also the maximum EMF that can be measured. So let's do the first bit, students. We already know that the cell 0.018 volt has balance length at 850. So we can easily find out the potential gradient by using this. That is the EMF of the cell and the balancing length 850. So the EMF of the cell is 1.018 divided by 850, which is equals to 1.2 into 10 to the power minus 3 volts per centimeter. So we can find out the potential gradient by using the cell and also the balancing length. Now we can also find out what maximum EMF the potentiometer can measure. So the maximum EMF the potentiometer can measure is equals to the potential gradient K into the total length of the potentiometer. So the total length of potentiometer is 10 meter or 1000 centimeter. So the total maximum EMF the potentiometer can measure is 1.2 into 10 to the power minus 3 into 1000 centimeter. So the potentiometer can measure maximum EMF up to 1.2 volts. Students, this is a board question and it is telling that a uniform manganese wire XY of length 100 cm and resistance 9 ohm is connected to an accumulator D of EMF 4 volt and internal resistance 1 ohm through a variable resistor R. The galvanometer shows no deflection at 80 cm for an EMF 1.8 volt. Find the value of current flowing through the wire XY and also find the value of R. So students, here you can see this is an arrangement of a potentiometer. So first our target is to find the value of current flowing through the wire XY. Then we can use the value of current and find out what is the value of R. So let us solve, students. So students, first and foremost we need to find out what is the potential gradient of the potentiometer. We know that 1.8 volts is having balancing length at 80 cm. So we can easily find out the potential gradient K, which is 1.8 divided by 80. That is EMF divided by its balancing length, which is equals to 0.0225 volts per centimeter. Now once we know what is the potential gradient, we can easily find out what is the potential difference across XY. So the total length of XY is 100 cm. So the potential difference across XY will be equals to the potential gradient into total length of the wire. So the total length of the wire is 100 cm. So we can write down 0.0225 into 100 and the potential difference across the wire XY will be 2.25 volts. So we know the potential difference across wire XY and we also know what is the resistance of wire XY. We can easily find out what is the current flowing through XY by using Ohm's law. So we know I is equals to potential difference across XY divided by resistance of XY. So that is 2.25 divided by 9 ampere. So once we have found out the current value, we can use Kirchhoff's law here in the upper circuit and find out what is the value of resistance in the upper circuit. So students, here you can see this is the plus or the positive terminal of the battery and this is the negative terminal of the battery, and another portion here at X this is positive and at Y this is negative. So I am just putting the symbols so that it is easy for us to solve by using KVL. Let me take the direction of anti-clockwise in the upper circuit. So you can see my direction which I have taken is from minus to plus for the accumulator, and that's why the EMF of the accumulator will be positive, because my direction is from minus to plus for this EMF. When I am coming down, and we know XY has potential difference 2.25 volts. So, and my direction is from plus to minus of the wire XY. So that's why the potential difference of XY will be negative. So using KVL, let me solve. We know KVL as total EMF or voltage in a circuit or a loop is equals to sum of current and resistance in that circuit. So students, this EMF or the total voltage is voltage due to the accumulator and the potential difference across XY for the upper circuit. So how many voltages are there? 4 volts, and the potential difference across XY. So let me substitute the values. 4 volt is positive and potential difference XY was negative. So minus 2.25 is equals to, we need to see how many resistances are there in the upper circuit. So here students, how many resistances are there? There are 2 resistances. One is the variable resistance R and another is the internal resistance of the accumulator. And we will take the product of current and resistance for both. So I into R plus I into R. We know the value of I, so we can substitute the value of I, that is 2.25 divided by 9. So 4 minus 2.25 is equals to, let me take this I common, 2.25 divided by 9 is whole into R plus the internal resistance value is 1. Solving this, we can find out the value of resistance. R is equals to 6 ohm. So these are the questions based on meter bridge and potentiometer. Kindly solve as many questions as possible on potentiometer and meter bridge, because these are important questions which you can get in your board exams as numericals as well as theories.